Sardinia is the second largest island in the Mediterranean Sea and an autonomous region of Italy. It is located in the western Mediterranean, just south of Corsica. A region's official name is Regione Autonoma della Sardegna, Regione Autonoma de Sardigna, and its capital and largest city is Cagliari. It is divided into 4 provinces and a metropolitan city. Its indigenous language and the other minority languages spoken by the Sardinians enjoy equal dignity with Italian under regional law. Etymology: the name Sardinia is from the pre-Roman noun *srd, later Romanized as Sardus. It makes its first appearance on the Nora stone, where the word Srdn testifies to the name's existence when the Phoenician merchants first arrived. According to Timaeus, one of Plato's dialogues, Sardinia and its people as well might have been named after Sardo, a legendary woman born in Sardis, capital of the ancient kingdom of Lydia. There has also been speculation that identifies the ancient Nuragic Sards with the Shurden, one of the sea peoples. It is suggested that the name had a religious connotation from its use also as the adjective for the ancient Sardinian mythological hero god Sardus, Pater, Sardinian father, as well as being the stem of the adjective sardonic. Sardinia was called Agnusa, Sandilian, Sardinia and Sardo by the Romans and the ancient Greeks. Geography: Sardinia is the second largest island in the Mediterranean Sea, with an area of 24,100 square kilometers. It is situated between 38 degrees 51 and 41 degrees 18 latitude north and 8 degrees 8 and 9 degrees 50 east longitude. To the west of Sardinia is the Sea of Sardinia, a unit of the Mediterranean Sea. To Sardinia's east is the Tyrrhenian Sea, which is also an element of the Mediterranean Sea. The nearest land masses are the island of Corsica, the Italian peninsula, Sicily, Tunisia, the Balearic Islands, and Provence. The Tyrrhenian Sea portion of the Mediterranean Sea is directly to the east of Sardinia between the Sardinian east coast and the west coast of the Italian mainland peninsula. The Strait of Bonifacio is directly north of Sardinia and separates Sardinia from the French island of Corsica. The coasts of Sardinia are long, are generally high and rocky, with long, relatively straight stretches of coastline, many outstanding headlands, a few wide, deep bays, rears, many inlets and with various smaller islands off the coast. The island has an ancient geoformation and, unlike Sicily and mainland Italy, is not earthquake-prone. Its rocks date in fact from the Paleozoic era. Due to long erosion processes, the island's highlands, formed of granite, schist, trachyte, basalt, sandstone and dolomite limestone, average at between 300 to 1,000 meters. The highest peak is Punta La Marmara, part of the Gennargentu ranges in the center of the island. Other mountain chains are Monte Limbara in the northeast, the chain of Marguin and Goscino running crosswise for 40 kilometers towards the north, the Monte Albo, the Set Fratelli range in the southeast, and the Sulcis Mountains and the Monte Linas. The island's ranges and plateau are separated by wide alluvial valleys and flatlands, the main ones being the Campidano in the southwest between Oristano and Cagliari and the Nura in the northwest. Sardinia has few major rivers, the largest being the Tirza, 151 kilometers long, which flows into the Sea of Sardinia, the Cogninas and the Flumendosa. There are 54 artificial lakes and dams that supply water and electricity. The main ones are Lake Omodio and Lake Cogninas. The only natural freshwater lake is Lago di Baratz. A number of large, shallow, saltwater lagoons and pools are located along the 1,850 kilometers of the coastline. Climate: the island has a Mediterranean climate along the coasts, plains and low hills, and a continental climate on the interior plateaus, valleys and mountain ranges. averages. During the year there are about 135 days of sunshine, with a major concentration of rainfall in the winter and autumn, some heavy showers in the spring and snowfalls in the highlands. The average temperature is between 11 to 17 degrees Celsius, with mild winters and hot summers on the coasts in January, 23 to 26 degrees Celsius in July, and cold winters and cool summers on the mountains in January, 16 to 20 degrees Celsius in July. Rainfall has a Mediterranean distribution all over the island, with almost totally rainless summers and wet autumns, winters and springs. However, in summer, the rare rainfalls can be characterized by short but severe thunderstorms, which can cause flash floods. The climate is also heavily influenced by the vicinity of the Gulf of Genoa and the relative proximity of the Atlantic Ocean. Low pressures in autumn can generate the formation of the so-called medicanes, extratropical cyclones which affect the Mediterranean basin. In 2013, the island was hit by several cyclones, including the cyclone Cleopatra, which dumped almost 18 inches of rainfall within an hour and a half. Sardinia being relatively large and hilly, weather is not uniform. In particular, the east is drier, but paradoxically it suffers the worst rainstorms. In autumn 2009, it rained more than 200 millimeters in a single day in Siniscola, and the 19th of November 2013, locations in Sardinia were reported to have received more than 431 millimeters within 2 hours. The western coast has a higher distribution of rainfalls even for modest elevations. Average annual precipitation 815 millimeters. The driest part of the island is the coast of Cagliari Gulf, with less than 450 millimeters per year. The minimum is at Capo Carbonara at the extreme southeast of the island, 381 millimeters, and the wettest is the top of the Gennargentu mountain with almost 1,500 millimeters per year. The average for the entire island is about 800 millimeters per year, which is more than enough for the needs of the population and vegetation. The Mistral from the northwest is the dominant wind on and off throughout the year, though it is most prevalent in winter and spring. It can blow quite strongly, but it is usually dry and cool and makes for a sailor's paradise.